Good morning. God, it's so early. Good morning, class. My name is Justin Taylor. I am your crazy person extraordinaire for the day. We are here at Firestorm Free Running and Acrobatics, which you can't see because my face is taking up this entire lens because it is very round and large. Today, we're going to be learning the wall pop and the tack. Two different types of skills, extremely similar, that will help you take your forward moving energy and redirect it upward to climb up a very tall wall or pop yourself into a wall flip of sorts. And also our tack, which allows you to move laterally and hit off of a wall to pop yourself up, sideways, diagonally, whichever direction you decide your beautiful heart desires. Are you ready? I'm ready. And a little crazy. Let's do this thing. Come. All right, guys. Today we are going to be learning the wall pop and the tack, two extremely similar moves. We are going to be starting with our wall pop. A wall pop looks a little like this. It is a way I can take my forward running energy, and let's say I want to get up on a nice high wall. It allows me, instead of just jumping to that wall, and then trying to climb up it, it allows me to take all of that momentum from my run in and pop it upward to grab onto a higher object or a lip, climb myself up, and get on top. The other cool thing about this is it can be used to pop yourself into your wall back, your wall full, your wall front, your wall side, all kinds of different skills that you want to learn, but this is the most basic starting step to get yourself ready for those most advanced skills. So, as always, we want a solid foundation. We want to get our wall pop done very well with good body position, nice and strong, so we can utilize it for those more advanced skills later. So let's start breaking it down, shall we? When I do my wall pop, I am not going to start with a wall. Why is that? Because the wall pop is not just our foot stepping on the wall, it is the arm swing and the body position we are in. So to get ourselves ready, I'm going to turn a little sideways to make your guys' lives easier. When I come to the wall, let's pretend right now that I'm going to be stepping with my left foot first onto the wall. And when you start your wall pop, you're only going to want to be taking one step on the wall. If I'm going to be stepping with my left foot here on the wall, what we're going to work on right now is our arm swing in timing with the thigh of the leg that is going on the wall. My thigh right here of my leading leg is going to move in unison with my arm swing. So as I run to the wall, we're going to start with a single step. My thigh is behind me, my arms are running in parallel with that. As I bring this leg to the wall to step on the wall, my arms will swing up. So by the time my foot actually connects with this wall, you'll notice my arms have already finished 80 to 90% of their arm swing. You want to have your arm swing done before your foot gets to the wall. Not completely, you're going to give a little last pop, but almost all of it. So what we're going to do is a little drill right here where we swing our leg back, swing our arm up, and our thigh and our arms are swinging in unison. As always, we want to be ambidextrous creatures. You never know when you're running which leg is going to end up here first, and you don't want to be stutter stepping to try to get your proper leg ready. So you want to get both sides. So now I'm going to do it with my right and my arms. Driving the leg, driving the arms. Boom. Seems nice and simple, right? Good. Now when our foot actually connects with this wall, we now know our arms will already be most of the way up. Let's talk about this. If my foot is very low, my foot is going to slip. This is also not going to give me much pop. If I run in and go, whoop, not much is happening. My goal here, when I plant my foot on the wall, and again, as you become more advanced and you're doing different wall flips and things, this placement will change. But for your beginning wall pop, this is what I highly recommend. You want your knee just higher than the height of your hip. This gets us in a nice loaded position with our leg muscles, so I can push and pop off of the wall using the energy of my arm swing to help drive me up and make me feel a little more weightless. Now, we now know how kind of high our foot is supposed to be on the wall. Let's talk about the rest of our body. Our standing leg right here, the leg that I'm coming off of as I swing to that wall. We want this to be a little uncomfortably close to the wall. The reason for that, I will show you right now. If my leg is pretty much straight up and down and my chest is straight up and down, as I do my wall pop here, it'll push me, hey, straight up and down. Check that out, right? Awesome. But if I keep that leg very far back, which this is the problem a lot of people have, they run and they go, at this point, look at this foot. It doesn't look too different, right? My knee's still above my hip, My foot's only a little bit behind me. I mean, I'm only leaning a little forward. This right here, our tibia and our fibula, our tibia and our fibula. These two bones right here, this section from our ankle to our knee, this is our steering wheel. When I'm driving a car and I turn the wheel right, my body goes right as I accelerate, my car goes right. If I turn it left, it goes left, okay? This right here, as it points through the kneecap, when you put your power down, this determines where you're gonna go. When I am closer to the wall and I'm here, notice that my knee again is just above my hip. This leg is almost straight up and down, and this is nearly straight up and down. If I come in with my arm swing and a good grip on this wall and I push, I'm gonna shoot up. If I step back just a foot, place that foot back on the wall, okay, like we talked about before, now it's going this direction. As I push, watch what happens. Woo-hoo-hoo. I go flying backwards. This is what we call ninja kicking the wall. We do not want to come in and ninja kick the wall. It is not going to send us up, it's going to send us straight back. That is also not going to be helpful for any type of 180 to precision. It's not going to be helpful for any type of spinning trick you're going to do. It's just going to land you flat on your butt. And I'm going to laugh at you because I just told you and you knew better. You were warned. That's your own fault. So when we come in, remember, just a little uncomfortably close to the wall so you're straight up and down. All right, so now we've talked about what happens when our foot is too high on the wall or if our back foot is too far away. We're gonna talk about our proper foot position here on the wall and our chest position. Yes, your chest does play a very large role in this, as you will see in a moment. So I'm gonna introduce you guys to Angel. This is the Firestorm Talent Manager and my lovely girlfriend. She is going to help us with this real quick by causing me to slam face first into this wall. Sound like fun? Yeah. Okay, so as I come over, I've got uncomfortably close to the wall. I'm straight up and down. My foot is planted here with my knee just above my hip. My entire pad of my foot is gripping on this wall. Angel, I want you to push down on my knee. Okay. Okay, my foot, even without any forward pushing pressure, is glued into this wall to pop me up. What happens now is as I lean forward, which a lot of people do to get closer to the wall to feel comfortable, you can see the bottom of the ball of my foot is starting to pull away from the wall, going to the tips of my toes. I've only leaned forward from here to here, and let's see what grip difference it makes. Angel, push on my foot. If you do that with force, thank you, honey. If you come in with a lot of power and you have a little bit of lean, your foot will lose grip. You will slip and you will full run slam yourself into the wall. No joke, I have seen this probably a few hundred times. It never gets old. It is always funny to watch. It is always unfortunate to participate in. So make sure you keep your chest up for all the things you're gonna do, okay? Good. Let's move on to a little drill we're gonna do. What we do is we wanna give ourselves a drill to practice that's a little easier to get ourselves set for that wall pop, so we're doing good wall pops every time and creating good muscle memory habits. So I've got this nice little vault box right here. You guys can use a park bench. You can use a low wall or little retaining wall. Man, you can even use stairs. I recommend stepping onto the second or third step. You can do whatever your little heart desires. Benches are cool too. Let's do this thing. All I'm going to do is practice the drill I did before. Remember, I had my arm and leg swinging in unison. I'm gonna get myself prepped for that. I wanna step with my right leg for you guys. So I will be stepping on my left leg, right? If this is my position right here, you can see my chest and my posting leg are straight up and down. So I'm gonna step back, my arms are back. I'm gonna swing in unison here. I'm going to step off my leg, boom, and drive that opposite knee. Why do I drive that opposite knee? It's just like my arm swing. Anything that's swinging in the direction I wanna go is extra momentum to help me get a little more power and a little more height. So I'm gonna stand here again, arm behind me, stepping just on top of the object to get used to it, and eventually we'll transfer to our wall on the face. And from here, driving that knee and coming back down. We're going here, boom, driving that knee. Here we go, boom. Okay, make sure you try this on both sides of your body, ambidextrous training. From here, we're gonna take this guy, we're gonna come over to our wall again, and now we're putting that all into play. We're coming in, boom, nice little pop. I should be able to land straight up and down. If I find myself shooting backwards, that is an indication that my foot was either too high on the wall, my back leg was too far back, but something was shooting me backwards, okay? If I land and my chest is like this, that is an indication that as soon as I popped off that wall, I looked down. We don't want that to happen. We want that chest up and that chin up. And as we learned earlier, if I run and I come in, my favorite part, I'm sure yours too, and I into the wall, that is an indication that I lean forward and my foot is slipping. So remember, a little uncomfortably close to the wall, arm and leg swing in unison. We are planting the full ball of our foot on the wall with our knee just above the height of our hip. Our chest is up and our chin is up. If you want to look down while you're doing this, we look down like this. We do not round our shoulders and look down, or we will rotate and land like that in a push-up position, and we can therefore invent some new type of wall pop burpee, but I don't recommend that. From the wall pop, this is actually pretty awesome because, as I said before, it can lead into a lot of flips, but this is also what we use to pop ourselves up to climb something. Now I can come over here. This is way too high for most people to Kong up, simple up, or even safety up. So how do I get myself there? I use my wall pop to my half cat position, which we'll be going over in just a little bit, in a couple of weeks. And then I can use my safety up that you learned in one of your earlier tutorials with us. I come right in, I do my beautiful little wall pop. Boop, here I am. Safety up, yay! I did my skill, I'm on top of my object. I feel like a BAMF. Good day. Now what we're gonna do is learn all of this in a slightly different methodology so we can do our tacks. Let's do it. Woo! All right, guys, we are now going to take our wall pop and turn it into our tack, like you just saw right there, and we're gonna go over all the details for that right now. Okay, here we are. That was pretty easy, right? Cool. Now, the tack is really awesome because it is just like our wall pop, but instead of going only forward and up into an object, it allows us, much like our turn vault from last week, to change the angle and direction that we want to go. I can go almost completely up with a little bit of sideways, I can go completely a different direction, and I can throw twists onto that pop. Basically, think of it like a step. It's just an area where I can come, step on something to pop myself up a little higher, but in this case, I can turn and redirect myself just like I ran in this way, but I finished coming out facing you guys. The area that you've probably seen the tack that is the most popular is for anybody that's watched American Ninja Warrior. The very first thing they always have is the quad or quintuple steps. Now, there are a lot of people that jump from one to the next, but you will see the people that are very good at parkour, what do? Boop, 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 run through the whole thing, 1 foot on each object, no problem at all. Those are high-level parkour athletes or traceurs that are using their tack extremely well, all right? You can use it to just pop yourself up and through all kinds of things. So let's talk about a couple of the small differences that you need to understand if you have a good wall pop and you want to turn it into a very good tack. So a couple of changes. Unlike a wall pop where I am straightforward, a tack I will always be coming in, almost always, at a bit of an angle. So assuming we want a nice 90-degree angle on this, which remember, everybody's a little different, this is the best starting position I have come up with and that I like to teach my students. You guys can try a few different methods and find what works best for you. As I come in, just like before, I want my knee just higher than the height of my hip. My foot will be at a 45-degree angle, a diagonal. You can see because of this, my whole ball of the foot is on the wall. If I'm coming in like this to redirect towards you and my foot is turned like this, my knee is out, I've got no weight loading onto this. That's not gonna do us any good. I'm gonna push here, I'm gonna slide, and I'm gonna fall into the wall. Not gonna be very good. We want that nice diagonal angle with our knee above our hip. Again, we want to be fairly close to the wall as we do this. Now, if you're trying to shoot for distance, coming in close to the wall can be very helpful so you can get a nice powerful pop off. Starting a little closer to the wall, just like before, depending on the speed I'm running in with, will depend on how close to the wall I want to be. All right. The cool thing about this one is by keeping my chest up and swinging both arms up, I can shoot still really high off the tack, much like a wall pop. If I want to redirect towards you, I'm actually going to lean a little bit more away from this to pull myself in your direction. Now, just like before, there are a lot of similarities. I want my knee above my hip. I want to mostly chest up, straight position, close to the wall. I want the ball of my foot there. If my knee leans a little too far in, and a lot of people when they start their tacks like to feel comfortable with their hand, you can already see with no pressure or weight at all, my leg is already starting to slide down this wall. I'm not doing that, that's just happening normally because so little of my toes, so little of the ball of my foot is actually on the wall. But if my chest is up, my whole pad of my foot is on that wall and it stays. Now, let's talk about the two small changes. Change number one, when you do this, if I'm pushing off the wall with my left foot, and we are always trying to push with the inside closest part of the closest leg to the wall, I don't want to be coming in and going, it's just not going to work so well. So it's always my inside leg. If I'm using this inside leg, unless I'm going really high up for height, if I'm redirecting towards you, I'm going to swing that opposite arm towards you guys. The other arm will then follow. Now, if I'm trying to go up for height to grab like a bar or a rail or a wall, I can still swing up with two arms. But for a lot of these, if I'm going for distance, I'm going to swing with that opposite arm. Just like when I'm running, I swing opposite arm and opposite leg. If I'm posting here and I want to come towards you, I am swinging that opposite arm towards you. The other difference is just like before when we did our wall pop. Not only did we pop and drive that knee high in the air, this knee is now kind of like what our shin was in our wall pop. This is the steering wheel that directs where we're gonna go. So if I do my tack right here and I point my knee this direction, my opposite knee as I come off the wall, if I come here and point that knee forward, it pulls me over that direction. If I wanna come and see your beautiful faces in the lens, then what I do is as I pop off this wall, I'm gonna point my knee towards you guys. And now here I am looking at you guys. A really good drill for this is called your inside-outside knee swings. This is one of the warm-up drills we do every single day in every single class here at Firestorm. It's a mobility drill to warm up your hips, open them up a bit more. It is also used in tricking and a few other things. So when I stand here, I'm gonna take my knee, lift, inside circle, all the way to the outside, drop it down, outside, all the way around to the inside. Here I come, tack, I wanna go there, swing inside to outside, my body turns, and now is leading in this direction. So you can use this drill, not only is it a great warm-up that I do every day personally when I wake up to open up my legs and my hips, it can also be used to practice your knee drive for your tacks to take you where you want to go. I love all your beautiful faces. It's been a lot of fun seeing you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. See how much quicker I'm getting this? It's almost like I've been practicing. Not with the tutorial, but like with the like, comment, share, subscribe stuff. So you should totally do that because I put an effort. And now so should you because you love me. Or maybe you tolerate me. I don't know, but you're here, so be cool, help a brother out. I love your faces, and now I'm going to go and run away that way until I see you next Tutorial Tuesday. Avante!